Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. This is a video to kind of explain the prompt that I'm going to share for the fifth weekly recruiter prompt. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to explain to you the prompt that I'm sharing, but also highlight Chat GPT's new feature, which you're going to be hearing about probably for the next month. So, what we're going to do is start with a prompt. All right, so this is this week's prompt. The outcome is I wanted to come up with a kind of a version 2 of the Glassdoor review prompt that I shared, but I want to kind of open it up so that the ChatGPT can look at other things like EEOC complaints or lawsuits, Better Business Bureau complaints, Glassdoor reviews, political donations. So I'm kind of creating a company character audit, right, for lack of a better word. So right now, if you want to use these tools, each time you want to do something, you have to cut and paste the prompt, right? And then kind of work with either ChatGPT or one of the competitors and say, okay, here's what I want to do. Here's the format, right? And so it's created a little industry. I'm going to type in this to save your prompts, right? So there is what I use is a Chrome extension and it saves all my prompts and it connects to ChatGPT, kind of loads here on the sides. And so if I wanted to do a Glassdoor review, I could start typing and see if it would find it. And then I can type in the company and see what it does. So what ChatGPT realized is this is stopping users from using this all the time. Also, it takes a lot of resources from the company because each time it has to use this compute power to figure out what the heck does the user want. So they've given us the option to create these very focused niche versions of ChatGPT. So they've got some built-in ones. Like if you just want to create pictures, you can go here. If you want to, let's say, do a tech support, you can just click here. And this GPT, that's what it's called, is just trained on anything tech support related. I didn't make this, ChatGPT did. But if you wanted to create your own, you could go to Explore, create my own GPT. If you are familiar with OpenAI, which is ChatGPT's backend, this is kind of what it looked like. But now we can actually talk to GPT and say, help me create a GPT that turns text into a comic book, right? Whatever it is you want to do. And then you can kind of play with it a little bit, name it, it'll help you get a logo, and it'll show up on your GPTs. So this is really exciting until you actually start to try to build one. So I turned that prompt that I showed you earlier, this auditor prompt, I put it in to a customized GPT, and it named it Auditor Ally. And so it should be all set up. So every time I want to use this, I don't have to cut and paste the prompt again. And the GPT should learn how to get better. So right now I'm going to just type in IBM. And by the way, I'm going to make this public to anyone who has the link so you can test it. For some, it charges me, so I don't know how this is a good thing. I create this prompt, I share it because that's what it wants you to do, and then it charges me for usage. But I think in a month or so, they're going to open this up, and hopefully I could get make some money every time it's used. There'll probably be advertising or something. But so right now, Auditor Ally, which is the GPT I made to do one thing, is doing its work. It's searching the internet. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to do the old way, and here are my results. I just kind of cut and paste the exact prompt that I'm going to share with you to Claude, and it comes out with this nice report. Okay. And it was pretty quick too. But sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes, as some of you know, I can cut and paste this, go to a new chat, paste it, hit go, and sometimes you just get an error. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so I'm going to say IBM And it says, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do this, right? So that sucks. But sometimes it will. Same thing with Google's Bard, which is really fast, super fast. I ask it, I cut and paste the same exact prompt, and usually it works. Okay. And there's a prompt. Bard has this really cool feature that says double check my response. So in theory, this is amazing, but it doesn't always work. I have found instances where even though it's auditing, some things just weren't true. So we're in the very early stages of this. So let's jump back into Auditor Ally. Okay, so here it is. Let's see. And here's the report. Now I shouldn't have to do this, but I'm gonna have to say reformat in a table. And this is just some of the things you have to kind of keep doing. Each time I'm doing this, it's supposed to learn, and I have to go back in the instructions and tell it every time I want the same output. So now this makes it a little easier on the eyes. And you can see my Auditor Ally chat is working. So anyway, this is going to be the future for the next 3 to 6 months until they come up with something else. Is instead of saving your prompts, you just train a prompt to do the same thing every time. And so this is, each time I type this, it's coming up with something a little different, which is frustrating because it's supposed to have the links to the original source code or to the original article. Anyway, I know I'm babbling, but this is what it is. I'll show you the link. Hopefully this will kind of get your wheels turning to what is something I do all the time that I could use this for. So if I was gonna recruit on the same job over and over again, I would make a Chat GPT personally, just to me, and I would load a job description and everything in my intake notes, and I would train this GPT on, let's just say, ML engineer role 5721, and I would get it, in about 30 minutes. If you keep playing with it, it'll figure it out. Then I would tell it, hey, when I upload a resume, let me know exactly how it works. And maybe I'll do that for next week. Just let me know. So it has some really cool capabilities. Right now, it's kind of tough to do it. So this video is going long. But anyway, let me know if you have any comments and have a great week.